got an entitlement problem going on, big challenge. People think, all I have to do is think it and I should get it. Little West Virginia funeral, my cousin passed away. I said, they wanted me to speak. I said, we sure are hurting in here, aren't we? Do you know why we're hurting? I'm going to say this to all of you. Did you guys know that love had a price? It's called grief. Next time your heart's broke, you just say to yourself, this is what I paid for loving. You never have to have any grief, just don't love nobody or nothing. And the price of winning is discipline. And there's two pains in this world, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. One or the other. So what's discipline? I'm sitting up in, I'm friends with Johnny Tyson. I'm sitting with Johnny at the Super Bowl in his box with my family. And I said this to Mike McCarthy, the head coach of the Packers. I forgot. I used to work with Olympic boxers. And I forgot to say this, so I texted him. He read this to the Green Bay Packers at halftime. Did you guys know that I'm not necessarily a boxing fan, but I was with them when they trained them. Do you know a great boxer is never a great parent, a great rabbi, a great priest, a great financial advisor? They're not trained to knock you out. The Mike Tysons of this world do. They don't have the character. If they can't knock you out the second or third round, they'll bite your ear, get out of there. No. The great ones are trained to just nick you. Did you know that? To just nick you. Just a little cut. And the whole rest of the fight, you know what they do? They work the cut. That's it. Here's what I'm saying. Survive all assaults. Keep working the cut. Keep doing what you do. Keep doing the process. Halftime, you read it. They're coming back. Survive the assault. Keep working the cut. Do your process. Keep working. Here they come. Clay Matthews start cracking the huddle. Work the cut. And they hit that ball. Ball comes loose. We're going the other way. Have you guys ever heard of what, let me tell you what a catfish is. They send cod from Alaska to China alive. And when it gets there, it's all mushy. And the meat's not real strong. They start putting catfish in the water to nip at the cod so that when it gets there, it's strong and vibrant from getting away from the catfish. We all need catfish. So I tell my kids all the time, my daddy loves you crazy, so I'm king catfish up here. David Wells is pitching for the Yankees. Discipline, the process. And someone yells, hey, Wells, your mother. He just buried his mother. He's on the mound crying. He has 4 runs. He comes and sits down. But Joe Torre loves him enough that he's a catfish, and he won't take him out. So Joe Torre sits next to him and says, I saw the guy scream at you, David. I saw you crying. I saw you make a mess of the first inning. And I got even more news for you. I'm not taking you out. I want you to watch real close what he did. He started talking the ball. He said, I'm going to take you, and I'm going to throw you all my might at that catcher's glove 1 pitch at a time. I don't care if they hit you. I don't care if they don't hit you. David Wells, the next 8 innings, pitched a no-hitter. Work the cut. Do the steps. I was the worst high school student you ever saw in your life. My sister's a professor at Penn State, #1 in her class, gridiron queen, head major ed, president of her senior class, Mary, in our church Christmas play. I'm going to give you guys all a tip. There's nothing that will make you more miserable than comparison. Stop comparing. Stop comparing yourself to anybody, anything. Be what's inside of you. Let your company be what's inside of you. Let your family, just bring it out. Quit running against anything. There's nothing will make, my wife says all the time, she goes, nothing will make you gain 10 pounds faster than looking at another woman. Quit comparing. My dad used to say, look at this report card. Your sister doesn't have 1 B on her report card. I go, I don't have 1 B on my report card. But my mother, effort. Got my bachelor's, my master's, another master's, my doctorate. Took her out to eat. I said, Mom, you turned me around. She goes, I got a confession to make. I never thought you were amount to anything. I didn't know what else to tell you. You got to keep on. Stay. I'm speaking for AXA down in New York City, and I get a phone call. Please don't memorize that. Elks, Greg Schiano. You see statue, you see down the Empire State Building? I said, I see. You see it decorated red? Yeah, he said, tomorrow I play Louisville. You're in town. I'm 28-point underdog. It's going to be the highest televised ESPN game ever. And you're going to talk to my team. Can I give you the whole talk? Nothing else to that talk. That was the whole thing. My last book, on the first page, it goes, Elks, thanks for the chop. Greg Schiano. So they get down 21-7 in that game. Petrino now is at Arkansas. He's trying to get me to come over there, but Saban would kill me. And after he makes a play, he looks on the sideline and goes like this. What he was saying is, I'm not looking at the score. I'm doing my job. I'm doing my process. And I'm doing it over, and I'm doing it over, and I'm doing it over. So now score's tied. They're going to kick a field goal, win the game. They kick a field goal, ball goes off to the side. Camera comes in on Schiano, he goes. But Louisville was offside. So let's kick it again. I was sitting in the principal's office as a kid, and my mother looked right at me. Watch the statement she made. It was interesting. It was to her. She goes, it's going to happen over a long period of time, all of a sudden. What she was saying is one day this boy's going to turn. That will be the all of a sudden. But over a long period of time, I'm going to just drum it in his head till he gets it. That's it. And here comes the last part. If you really want to come on and go to the next level. John F. Kennedy's nanny did not vote for John F. Kennedy. He heard because she told everybody. He went to see her and said, I heard you didn't vote for me. She goes, that's interesting, John, because I didn't. He said, don't you believe in me? She goes, I raised you, so when are you going to quit being silly? Why did you vote for me? She said, John, because you didn't ask me to. Do you really think you're asking for enough? Do you really think that you've asked for anything today? You have not because you asked. Ask and ask. I'd rather ask for everything and get some of it, most of it, than ask for nothing and get all of that. My mother and father never graduated from high school. My grandfather, my father's dad, we call him Nano, he came from Russia, he died when I was 10. He made $1 a day in the coal mines. My mother's father was a bootlegger, 38 years. He had two products, Moonshine and Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt was his version of 5-hour energy drink. And look at this crowd. I get to speak to ladies and gentlemen like this. I can speak to Packers. I can speak to Alabama. I can pinch myself. I want more. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I want more. I want more joy. I want more peace. I want my cup to run over. And I'm never going to get it unless I ask. Start asking for more. Put in your head over and over what you want. Get out of your head what you don't want. Worries praying for what you don't want. Some things I can control, some things I can't. That's the whole process. That's all of it. I'm going to wrap up. You guys could not have been better. I want to wrap up with this. I'm going to mess it. There's a little southern twang in this. There was a judge in New York City who had the last name LaGuardia. He later went on to become a mayor. And one day, as he was a judge during the Great Depression, he had 203 cases in one day. And they brought a woman in front of him in the very first case. What are you here for, ma'am? They said, I stole bread. I got a busy day. So just answer this quick. Did you? Yeah, I stole bread. Why'd you steal that bread? She said, my kids are hungry, Judge. The man who owned the store stood up beside her and said, don't you let her off. You got to send a message back to her, don't you let her off. He said, ma'am, I'm not letting you off. In fact, I'm fining you $50 for stealing that bread. He said, I'm fining the rest of you, all 201 of you, $1 each, for letting that woman get a place in her life where she had to steal bread to feed those kids. Collect that money up and give it to her and give me my next case. I'm busy. Each of us needs all of us. That person to your left, that person to your right, they might look different than you, they might walk different than you, they might pray different than you. We need each other. And every once in a while, boy, don't I forget it, and boy, don't I pay. We need each other. I'm going to say it, then you say it. Each of us needs all of us. Come on. Each of us needs all of us. If you forget that one, there's always a price. If I can help any of you, you just let me know. I'd be happy to help in any way. I've got to get down to Atlanta. I speak there tomorrow morning. So I want to close this talk, and I close all of my talks with something my father used to say to my mother every time she left for the beauty shop. Best of luck to you. God bless you guys.
Well, as chairperson for this evening's summit, I just again want to thank our panelists and our moderators for all of the effort you put into this program. On top of your already busy schedules, we really appreciate it.